Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Sakif Azarniwala and as a part of Rehan AI teacher training course, I'm back with another chatgpt discussion session. And today the topic of discussion is how to overcome fear and take bold steps in life on your social media platforms. So let's dive in. Hello chatgpt.
Hello, great to be here. Wa alaikum assalam. Ready when you are.
I would like to start with the question is why does fear often stop us from taking opportunities that could transform our lives?
Fear triggers our brain's protection system. It magnifies risks, whispers what if, and makes the comfort zone feel safer than it really is. It's not weakness, it's a survival instinct that can be retrained.
What about distinguishing between a genuine warning and a fear that is simply holding us back?
That's a key distinction. Genuine warning signs are specific, evidence based, and actionable, like this stove is hot. Fear, on the other hand, is often vague, repetitive, and exaggerated, like, what if I fail and everyone laughs? If the signal isn't concrete or actionable, it's probably fear, not a real warning.
You mentioned about failure. So, why do people often fear failure more than they value the possibility of success?
Because loss feels more immediate and certain than an abstract future gain. Our brains are loss averse. So one vivid imagined failure outweighs a dozen uncertain successes. The trick is to rebalance the math, make success concrete, and break failure into smaller, less scary steps.
Uncertainty is definitely the part of the process, but how can someone build the courage to take the first bold step when they feel like they are completely unprepared?
Start ridiculously small. One tiny action, one safe experiment, one low risk trial. Preparation comes from doing, not waiting. Each small move builds experience, shrinks fear, and creates momentum. And
Uh,
talk about it.
sure.
Tell a trusted friend, mentor, or even voice note your plan. Speaking it makes it more real and less intimidating. And hey,
Uh,
it's okay to wobble.
sure,
Courage
sure.
isn't
Uh,
courage isn't the absence. Oh, yeah, you go.
sure, sure. Continue.
Okay. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action alongside fear. You don't wait to feel fearless. You move with it, one breath at a time. And if you stumble, that's just learning, not failing.
Great advice. So, what about the role of confidence in overcoming fear? And can confidence be developed through these small actions?
Absolutely. Confidence is built, not discovered. Each small step that you choose despite the fear acts like a brick in the path. Over time, those bricks form a bridge. Practice, reflection, and repeating what works turn shaky belief into steady confidence.
You mentioned about past failures turning into bricks. So, how can these past failures be transformed from source of fear into lessons that encourage future action?
Reframe them as data, not verdicts. Ask, what exactly didn't work? What did I learn? What will I try next time? Then test that lesson in a smaller, safer way. Reflection plus small experiments turns regret into fuel. That's how fear softens into momentum.
Mostly people live in their own bubble, their own comfort zone. So, why is it so important to step out of this comfort zone for personal and professional growth?
Because comfort optimizes for safety, not growth. Stepping out forces new skills, exposes blind spots, and builds adaptability. It's uncomfortable by definition, but discomfort is the price of progress. The returns more resilience, more confidence, more options. And you don't leap off a cliff, you widen the circle of what feels doable, one stretch step at a time.
Another genuine concern of people is to overcome the fear of criticism, judgment, or negative comments, especially when sharing their ideas on social media. So, how can we overcome this?
Hmm. Criticism stings because our brains read it like social danger. Two practical moves. First, decouple feedback from self worth. Treat comments as information about the work, not a verdict on you. Second, control exposure. Start with safe audiences, small groups, trusted peers. And when negativity comes, scan for useful bits. Discard the rest. Mute, block, or step away when needed. Over time, a few constructive voices matter more than 1,000 drive-by comments.
Definitely, we fear judgment on social media, but on the other hand, can it also provide opportunity to build courage and confidence?
Yes, if you curate the space like you would your living room, share small wins, practice expressing ideas, engage with people who give thoughtful feedback. Each post can be a micro courage rep. Over time, even critics can sharpen your message if you choose to treat feedback as a rough draft edit. The key is intention. Don't post for approval, post for purpose. That mindset flips fear into practice.
You mentioned about small steps. So, how important are these small steps or small risks before attempting major life-changing decisions?
Crucial. Small steps are rehearsal. They reveal what fits, build skills, and reduce guesswork. Think of them as training reps that make the big leap less reckless and more intentional. Big change feels doable after several tiny wins, not before. It's how courage becomes sustainable instead of a one time burst.
You mentioned about a sort of a mindset set shift. So, what mindset shift is necessary for people that are just waiting for a perfect time, and how can they start taking action now?
Drop the perfect mindset, adopt the good enough mindset. Start with one concrete step today: a draft, a test post, a 10-minute prototype. Set a small goal, do it, review it, tweak it. Momentum beats perfection every time.
Now, from the perspective of someone who has taken a bold step, but it did not produce the result he expected, what then?
Pause, breathe, and debrief. Ask what worked, what didn't, what surprised me. Extract the lesson, adjust the plan. Results are feedback, not a verdict. Treat the misstep as tuition for the next attempt. Then set one small next step, not a leap. Keep going. That's how bold becomes sustainable.
What about the distinction between being bold and being reckless? And what is, in your perspective, a calculated but courageous risk?
Hmm. Bold means informed risk. Reckless means ignoring the risks. Calculated courage means you inform yourself, you prepare, you weigh alternatives, and still move despite uncertainty. Ask, have I done my due diligence and reduced avoidable risks? If yes, what remains is uncertainty, not danger. And that's where courage lives.
Great advice. Lastly, if you could give one powerful piece of advice to someone whose fear is preventing them from pursuing their dreams, what would it be? And also, please provide one powerful quote in this regard.
Checking. One advice: don't wait until you feel fearless. Act while you're still afraid. And a quote: fear asks, what if I fail? Courage replies, what if I succeed? The future belongs to those who choose action over hesitation.
Great. Thank you, ChatGPT, for today's session.
You're welcome.
Viewers, that will be all from today's session. Hope you enjoyed this discussion. Until next time, signing off. Allah Hafiz.